Suris' channel. I don't know what their political affiliation is. I don't know any of that shit. But their video popped up and recommended, and it's about the Quarter Pounder. So, you know, I gotta click that shit and see what's going on here. So,
online when he posted multiple tweets on his page promising villainy and destruction to his former friends whom he's had falling outs with, before deleting all the tweets and declaring a break from the website. Additionally, a clip went viral of him at the Renaissance Fair live streaming from years back, where in it he's walking around calling random women with children MILFs, growling at them and sometimes doing it within earshot. The Quartering responded to,
yeah, I saw that clip and that was weird as shit. I also saw somebody defending Jeremy with that clip, saying, are you gonna talk about the part where he was actually gifted $20 to do it? Are you gonna be dishonest to not talk about that part? I'm not just like, what? That doesn't make it any better. Harassing somebody is already bad, and harassing somebody because you're getting paid money to do it doesn't improve the situation, dumbass. But okay.
To it doubling down, saying this is normal behavior and everybody's just pearl clutching. And on top of everything else, people—
It's not pearl clutching to look at random women and out in the open just start going MILF, 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 MILF. That's not normal behavior. That's loneliest fucker on the planet behavior. No wonder your wife went and got pizza without you, leaving you to piss in your basement.
Started looking into Jeremy's shorts, and people started criticizing him for essentially ripping people's content, adding a 3-second intro and then just playing a 2-minute video. But there's lots of—
Oh, yep, I've seen that part where he'll oh my god, it is the saddest way to make content ever. He'd have a video where he'd go, man, dogs can be spoiled sometimes, but I think this dog is a little more spoiled than the rest. And he just would then play a video of somebody else's dog. No actual commentary other than just like the beginning part where he led into it, which is no different than having a React streamer that's just staring up at the video in the short and just like pointing their finger up and going, and that's it. Like their content from beginning to end is just them nodding their head and pointing to the content they're watching. And dear fucking God, I hesitate to call it content theft because I feel like that's a really extreme word for what's going on there. But you know, I'm willing to say that argument works really well here.
So let's just jump in. Welcome to the internet versus the Quartering's fallout. It starts when the whole shorts situation comes into question, when Yi tweets out this clip with the caption, Stuttering
Craig calls out the Quartering in his YouTube shorts, and they're— wait, Stuttering Craig is having beef with Jeremy? Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, this is beautiful. Let them fight. Let them fight. They can fight all day long. I can't care about I can't care about either of them performing incredibly well, but seeing them fight is fantastic. For those who don't know, Stuttering Craig was one of the co-founders of ScrewAttack.com, and he originally just did videos on YouTube about, or not just YouTube, but like on ScrewAttack, even pre-YouTube, about like top 10 video game things, and it was a good enough series. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think that it was one of those series that made you really want to be a YouTuber. I mean, before it had the production values that you would expect now of like professional level channels. It was really, really good. But over time, he became more of a right-wing influencer and sold his half of ScrewAttack, and now he's trying to buy his half of ScrewAttack back. I guess because he thinks ScrewAttack is somehow still relevant in the modern day. Really not. So, as somebody who looked up to him back then, and then, like, saw his trajectory, and then got really depressed, like, okay, yeah, I'm interested to see him and Quartering fight.
Craig calls out the Quartering in his YouTube shorts and their beef.
He is who he is. He has shown who he is through all this right here. And this person says, and yet somehow amidst this drama, he seemingly managed to get 10,000 subs in a single day on Monday, right here, kind of shoving this in our face, right? Which I think is great. So I went into a social blade and I started doing a little bit of digging. And let me tell you this right now, the Quartering doing great right now. Look at the views here on a day-to-day basis. Day-to-day basis. I mean, this is...
Yeah, 2 million views a day, or even 1 million views a day, translates to a fuck ton of money. Like, okay, cool. So, we know that 50,000 views translates to $150 based on my CTR. So, 50,000 goes into 1 million 20 times. So, $150 times 20. That means per day, per day, he's making $3,000. $3,000 a day is what he's making just on the quartering. Holy fuck, and he's got multiple channels. Holy fucking shit. He's got so much money. That is an insane amount of money to be making. Holy fuck.
Quite spectacular here. But this just didn't really line up to me. I was curious because I went in and I looked at his videos over here, and for a guy with 2 million subscribers, he's getting between 10 and 50,000 views on a video. That does not add up to all of this over here. It does not add up to 1 million views a day. So I thought to myself, how is he doing this? Then it dawned on me. Shorts. Shorts is how he's doing it.
Oh, okay. Then he's not actually making that much money per day because YouTube Shorts only pays out like $100 for every million fucking views, actually. So, no, he's not making that many views. Actually, he's padding his views with Shorts.
Can I show you one of his shorts here? And this is all going to tie together here. This is a short from the Quarterings channel.
But what are the oranges for? Well, I bet it tasted good. Let me know what you think.
So what he's done, and if you scroll through here, you'll see that he did not add anything to this at all. Not a single bit.
It is purely... It's not even reaction content. It is purely, I made a 3-second setup and then I played somebody else's content. You know what? Fuck it. No, that is just content theft. I was being a little generous earlier, but I don't think I need to be generous with the Quarter Pounder. I don't think there's any reason for me to be that way. Yeah, no, he's a piece of shit.
Side of an intro and his watermark on this short here. He added literally nothing, but this is not a standalone thing. Let's go to more.
What are the orange?
We can go check out more of his shorts, and you'll see that that's literally all he does when it comes to this. It's literally taking other people's content. So he literally is taking things and...
It is a big question, and
it's just content theft.
Literally just repackaging them as himself. And that is how he has grown over on YouTube. And it's fraudulent.
Well, it's not how he's grown. No. Let's be very specific. Quartering has been huge for a long time. He has been a big boy for ages, and I'm not just saying that because, like me, he's a bit chonky. He's been big for a bit. Like, PewDiePie, if memory serves, shouted about ages ago, something like that. Like, he's been big for a bit. He's been here for a while. But he is also a piece of shit. So, probably important to throw that in there as well.
Which I think is a phenomenal way to describe Jeremy and the Quartering. He is a fraud. He is a manipulator. He has done everything he can to be the worst possible content creator that you can while maximizing other people's content. He's not had an original piece of content in the 10 years or so since he's been creating. Look, I used to watch the Quartering when he started off, right? We've all seen it, but he's shown who he is. Right? He can't do anything by him.
Well, of course, Stuttering Craig used to watch the Quartering. The Quartering's a piece of shit. Like, birds of feather and all that silliness. But, yeah, no. It makes perfect sense. Did the Quartering radicalize Craig? Is that what happened? Like, I doubt that's what happened, but... Wouldn't it be really weird if it turned out that Quartering radicalized Stuttering Craig to be a right-wing nutty?
Himself, everything he's touched... He's built off other people's backs and literally other people's content right here. He's the worst type of content creator that you could possibly be, not having an original thought for himself while coasting on other people's accomplishments right here. And I think that is exactly what needs to be said. When the story is written about him, yeah, he can have all the money in the world. He can make all the money from other people's content, but not a single cent will buy him an ounce of integrity.
And Pog replies, not even doing reaction slop, just a straight ripping the shorts. Game is game, I guess. Fat chud. Frosted Hand says, he deserves to be deplatformed for this and his name and image dragged through the he leaves in his pants. The most un-American right grifter you can find, and that's really saying something. Hank Reardon says, Quartering is out here stealing other people's content and he has the audacity to try to flag down others. I'm Batman says, would be a real shame to contact the original content creators and let them know the Quartering is stealing their content. Melancholoholic replies to this a 14-second clip of a various compilation of Quartering shorts, the intro specifically with the caption, taken from Shockmouth's YouTube channel.
Check this out. You gotta check this out.
Well, here we go.
Oh my fucking god, that's so cringy.
This looks like Let me know what you think in the comments.
What do you think?
Check this out. Again, check this out.
Brutally Digital quote tweets the post by saying, dude, the Quartering just became another sniper wolf of stealing content. The Quartering caught wind of this criticism and Hotep tweets out this clip with the caption, the Quartering is upset that you guys are making fun of his YouTube shorts.
All right, well, that is the show for today. I've got to do a bunch of low effort short slop that everyone's really mad about. I've got to do that.
I mean, it's what it is, though. It is the lowest of the lowest effort content you can make, when instead of actually making anything where you say words, you are instead just yanking somebody else's content and then saying, hey guys, look at this, and it's all you're doing. That's pathetic. That's utterly pathetic.
Even though everyone does it, and instead of complaining about it, you could just do it yourself.
And
everybody does it. Actually, you should just stop complaining about it and just do it yourself. Steal like me, everybody. Steal like me. It's the thing to do. All the cool kids are doing it. Actually, what a pathetic loser.
Odinson replies his. Smash JT says, even though everyone does it, I mean, Sniper Wolf and Lazy Shell says, everyone does slop. Pulse check intensifies. David says, instead of complaining about it, we could just steal content ourselves. Cool. Got it, Jer. Michael Nilsson says, I just want him to explain what the oranges are for. Andy Worski quote tweets Hotep by saying, I like how Quartering thinks people are mad at him for doing short slop. Nobody is mad. We are criticizing you for doing a 3-second intro for people's 3-minute videos, not linking them and putting your logo over the video like you own it. Jax Films felted Sniper Wolf for this. And Repzion says he's just playing dumb. The McVet says, I never knew of this until he flagged you. He could have kept this grift up for years if he wasn't a Mortal Monday says, my favorite part of this is how he bragged to Melanie and Claire about how much of a hard worker he was, having to stay up all night filming dozens of videos. Meanwhile, it turns out that all he was actually doing is these trash shorts.
My god. Okay, so I gotta show you guys something. So I don't like doing shorts. I hate doing shorts. I think that they are frustrating. The return on investment on them is really low. But check this out. When I do shorts on my Magic the Gathering channel, when I do shorts, it is all me. It is all me. From top to bottom.
The Trader King.
It is me.
Match.com matched me with Cedrus the Trader King. He lets us get anything out from our graveyard by using his Unearth ability. Now,
it may not be the highest quality content out there, and it's not content that I particularly enjoy making. It's why I stopped doing it. But at least it's fucking mine!
Brittany Venti also tweets out, Quartering is on stream right now coping about his views when so many are just from stolen content in his shorts, Lamau. And Fresh replies, his chat is the best. And it's Zero Firewater saying, how was your weekend? Dire Soul saying, I was busy today. Was there a Wednesday show? Lexapro saying, don't forget to stay hydrated, Jer. Uruf saying, do a Hadouken. Bodied saying, time for a few shots of water. And
Jeremy, I'm at Walmart and shat my pants. What do I do?
Jeremy's Jewish Bull saying, Jeremy, I'm at a Walmart and my pants. What do I do? Then Andy Worski tweets out, the Quartering's views are down 40% this week, and before that it was 75% since November. This is an insane bleed out I've ever seen. And Cool Hand James says, all of today's videos have crashed and burned, lol, showing his last 5 uploads here and the views attached to each of them. And Frittata says, the dude is still making over 70k a month and he's losing his mind. There are people that do what he does just for the love of the game. Go support those people. Then we have a compilation of the now deleted tweets that Kino Bladed Chronicles tweets out with the caption, none of these tweets hit the Quartering when we all know you will delete them after a few hours of sobering up and you won't do your hit videos on anyone because you're a And there is these messages attached. First, this is a reply of Quartering to Panda Conda, who at the bottom says, "Yo, Jer, some asshats talking straight up shit about you on YouTube," referencing Stuttering Craig, and Quartering quote tweets him saying, "You mean the guy that begged me for help on YouTube and to come on my show? These losers overplayed their hands. If they want me to be a villain, I will."
Okay, so I want to read what's said here. So it's the Quartering saying, "Hard to say, too early." Stuttering Craig going, "How long have you been doing the shorts?" Quartering goes, "Your mileage may vary. I can't say it's worth it." And then somebody saying, Stuttering Craig saying, "Would love to have you. If you're looking for any guests on Friday, I would love to come on your show." And Quartering going, "Right on. Pretty nuts right now with the election." And Stuttering Craig going, "Sure, just keep me in mind if you have an opening on the horizon." Yeah, no, because Stuttering Craig's also a piece of shit. Again, birds of a feather.
And it's messages from 2024, where we have just various messages. And then here at the bottom, it's Craig saying, "If you're looking for any guests on Friday, I'd love to come on your show." And Quartering says, "Right on, pretty nuts now with the election." And Craig says, "Sure, just keep me in mind if you have an opening on the horizon." Then we have more tweets here from the Quartering attached. One where he's saying, "Nearly everyone profiting off spreading vicious lies on my name. I've been nothing but nice to over the years. The receipts are on my side. I've let it be for weeks, but I guess if they really want me on my villain arc, I will oblige. I don't want to hear anyone telling me to be calm.
Arc.
These losers, Yellow Flash, side scrollers, Britney, geeks, and gamers. They have all turned heel and decided 1 week's ad revenue was worth selling their souls, and so I will oblige. One new Scott."
My God, Jeremy, no, they're not the ones selling their souls. You're the one who's selling your soul. You sold your soul in order to gain fucking ad revenue. A fuck ton of ad revenue, in fact. What the fuck are you on about?
Galbaday, 2 p.m. Eastern. "Hey, Stuttering Craig, you've had a lot to say about my business and me as a man. Tomorrow we will look at all the messages you've sent, not only to me, but everyone else. I hope 2 videos ad revenue was worth it." Then we have more screenshots of now deleted tweets from Quartering. Searing Abyss says, "Bro, do yourself and your family a favor and stay off the internet for a week. Just unplug, go outside, take a walk.
Just don't show up to school tomorrow," type ass quote.
You will be happier for it. Back in the day, I used to watch every single one of your uploads. Please, for your own sake, get off the internet. Every post makes it, and then it's cut off." But Quartering quote tweets him saying, "Let massive YouTube channels lie in your name because long ago I used to watch your channel. I shall send you a spoon for which you can eat my whole ass, kid." And another post of Quartering saying, "These leeches forgot about the fact that I cut my teeth in the most ruthless time that ever existed on YouTube. They think I won't roll around in the mud with them because I've let it ride for a few weeks. I'm sorry to say, they've mistaken my kindness for weakness." And more tweets here.
Jeremy? Kind? Whomst? I don't think anybody's ever accused Jeremy of being kind. Kind of a loser, sure, but kind, period? No. No. Not even a little bit. Not even the tiniest bit.
Quartering says, "Never forget, all I have to do is send a text message. Or was it an email? Or was it a messenger pigeon? I don't know, but remember, I have the power to get anyone I want banned from YouTube. I have the week off next week, and I'm going to have so much fun." In another post where
Man, he has to be drunk gloating all that stupid shit. You have to be the drunkest of the drunk to be like, I can get anybody banned. Check this out, everybody. I'm gonna get people banned. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
where he says, "I sure hope all those temporary views..."
Ienzo says, "Who's this guy?" This is Internet Versus, and they're going over all of the Jeremy drama so that I don't have to catalog all of it.
Worth it. "I've tried to play nice, but you've left me no option." Zentrax also posts some of the screenshots with the caption, "Quarter Pounder having another drunken meltdown on Twitter. I thought he quit drinking." And Doug Stewart replies, "Villain arc. This fat nerd thinks he's the Joker." And Zentrax says, "He's such a too. He won't even follow through with any of this once he sobers up. But I hope he does, because it will be funny seeing him try to roll in the mud." And Andy Worski quotes this post by saying, "Quartering is blackout drunk melting down. This isn't you villain arc. This is the end of your career arc." And Jen Cooked replies, "Due to Deadass's Homelander maxing." Attaching the first tweet we read here along with this one, where Shyster Exposure replies to the tweet about having the power to remove channels from YouTube and says, "If you don't, why say this though? What was the point?" And it's the messages from the first.
It's because his wiener is small and he has to pretend it's massive.
Part of the series where Quartering is messaging Josh Moon, talking about having a YouTube rep, 1 phone call gone, and Quartering replies, "Oh, because I have the power, loser. Please link me your YouTube channel." Worski screenshots one of these tweets that we just read and captures it by saying, "Now the Quartering is threatening to take down Stuttering Craig's channel. He could just get our channel back and end this. Now it's a spiral." And the Bugle Daily replies, "He's not going to stop. He's too far gone, and no one can convince him he's wrong." And Johnny B. Good says, "He already knows he's wrong. He just doesn't care. He's a big baby who wants what he wants, and he wants it now," which is for the criticism to stop.
Said, why is he bragging about getting people thrown out of their own communities? I just left a Discord server because I was making everybody there uncomfortable and never contributing anything positive. That sounds like a very, very personal problem. But because Jeremy's a piece of shit. The answer is because he's a piece of shit.
And for Rumble to renew. Brittany Venti also tweets out one of the tweets, specifically the one referencing her here at the bottom, and captions it by saying, "My video was that good, huh?" And Repsion replies, "Delusions of grandeur." PPP also tweets out about the situation, saying, "Jeremy Dale Hambly, you're a drunken coward and a straight up flagger. And you won't actually do shit because the moment you sober up, you will realize how drunk Jeremy is being. Unfortunately for you, the rest of us remember, and you're burning your life down. Sad." In all seriousness, Jeremy Dale Hambly has serious mental health issues, frequent anxiety and panic attacks, and admitted addiction issues with alcohol. He is not mentally well and shouldn't have picked this fight. I would feel bad if he would.
Man, don't make me feel sympathy for the Quartering. Don't do it. Not even a little bit. I don't want to feel sympathy for somebody like that. I can't. No, I don't have it in me. Please don't.
Wasn't hurting others and refusing help. He needs to admit he has a problem and go down a road of recovery rather than trying to hurt other people to hide his shortcomings and failures. Seek help, Jeremy. AA is seriously 1 phone call or meeting away, and they can support you. Many others have been where you are. And Brittany Venti replies, "In his head, he thinks if he's a nice guy, it makes everyone beholden to him no matter what he does." And Kino Bladed Chronicles quote tweets the post with this clip in the caption, "It's not just alcohol, by the way. He has a Xanax addiction just like someone else we know. He can't even leave his own home without the Xanax bottle without having a panic attack, if you want to know the truth about it."
When I was in my mid-20s, I started suffering panic attacks so bad now that I have to carry Xanax in my pocket all the time. And I don't have that many panic attacks, but if I forget that bottle, I am immediately thrown into panic. What brought this on? Well, being a workaholic, being an unhealthy eater, too many energy drinks, not getting enough sleep.
Then Stuttering Craig tweets out, "After being exposed by the Quartering last night, I had some advice for him. I sincerely hopes he takes it as he clearly needs help."
If Jeremy is in the chat, I do have a legit message for you. Put the bottle down.
Yeah, that's a good. Look. I may not like Craig, but that is good fucking advice. If you are so fucking self-destructive that you are ruining your own life, every relationship you have, everything, and the reason why can be attributed in no small part to your substance abuse, then perhaps don't. It never occurred to me that, like, the Quartering on his channel was doing things as a result of, like, the equivalent of drunken ramblings. It never occurred to me before, but, like, now that I'm thinking about it, him not listening to reason may make a little more sense, personally.
Put down the phone and put the bottle down. You don't need the booze, man. And I mean this, like, sincerely. You don't need it. Get sober, take a break, get off the internet. And when you come back with some creative energy. I know everybody's doing it, so you should do it too. No. Your channel should be demonetized. It's literally in the terms of service that you can't do what you're doing with those shorts, right? But you're skating by right now. So all I ask of you is to look at yourself and realize that you should, and by the way, I'm not being malicious at all. Take a step back. Totally remove yourself from the internet. If you need to, like, upload some videos to keep your channel in the algorithm, awesome. Do that. That's fine. But outside of that, get your work done, get done, and separate. Go on a vacation, go down to the beach, and just get off the internet. Do not drink. Don't smoke. Don't do any drugs if you do any of that stuff. I'm not implying that you do. I don't know any.
Yenzo says they do, but they just want the worst possible outcome to happen and claim those as being karma. Am I making a straw man out of conservatives in this guy? Yeah, probably.
Anything about you outside of that. And just separate, man. Come back, tell everybody you messed up, and then hopefully everybody can move on. That's the best advice I can give you. I was asking for advice from you a couple years ago. Now I'm giving you advice. Own it. Apologize and do your best to regain some trust.
And Revelations quotes the post by saying, I look forward to 5 years later when Craig gets caught flagging channels. And seriously though, don't give advice to people who f up because you'll end up becoming them. Remember Jeremy did the same thing to Matt Jarbo and look what's happened? It's a curse. Delete this, Craig.
Hey, that's a stupid fucking statement. That is a very stupid statement. You can always give advice if you are meaning it in truthfulness. That is a reasonable statement. Don't. Whatever weirdness is going on here, okay.
Then back to the Quartering's page, he tweets out, Twitter is not real life, lol. Sometimes I like to kick the hornet's nest, but tomorrow will be a regular day just like every other day. Drama used to be something I spent my time on, and to be honest, times were good, but I am less interested as an old man now, lol. Smiley face. And Fire Andrew Barry replies, why did you tweet all that crazy stuff then go on stream and not bring it up? And the Quartering says, it's fun for me. None of this matters. And Nina Infinity replies, Jeremy, you're telling people that your wife, friends, and family are being harassed IRL because of this drama, and then you go and post this saying you like to kick the hornet's nest because it's fun. And
yeah, you can't have it both ways. Either your family is getting harassed so it needs to stop, or you're constantly provoking it. You can't have both. You don't get to have both. Both don't exist for you. Not in any meaningful way.
None of this shit matters? Well, death threats and people coming to your house and harassing your family and friends should matter a great deal, actually. This is why no one believes you, because anyone who's facing actual harassment would not be making this comment. Ace Skillies replies to Quartering by saying, so your big scorched earth promise for 2 p.m. tomorrow was bullshit. You showed DMs from Stuttering Craig from before he saw you for the snake that you are, and you've gotten blackout drunk. Again, truly pathetic display. Jason Pritchard says, maybe this weekend you'll finally figure out what the oranges were for. Antoine Creed says to Quartering, I was only pretending to be your. It didn't work before and it doesn't work now. You crashed out, went on a damn rant, saw it wasn't going your way because why would it, and then deleted everything. Step away from social media, dude. You're floundering. Calypso Jack says to Quartering, you tweet more than anyone. You spend more time in your fake life than you do in reality. And Jeremy quotes it by saying, this is fair. I think X has been a net negative for me. I'll take a break.
He actually took advice? Is that a thing that really happened? Or like, is that just calm before the storm silliness?
And Sly Tony Sylvester replies, I was promised villainy. Weekend Warrior quotes the post by saying, the final time, until it's Miller time. PPP screenshots the Twitter is not real life post that we read and captures it by saying, Jeremy is already out because his threats backfired again. Seriously, you have mental health and addiction issues and you need to own up to it. Apologize and make prosper restitution. It's not going away. You keep making it worse for you and your staff. And Jada McNeil replies, I don't think he's actually smiley face. And Nez Constantine says Jeremy typing out those smiley emotes with a Wojak crying and a fake smiley mask on. And Warski quote tweets PPP by saying, get the channels reinstated, Jer. This is only gonna get worse. It's very easy to fix this for yourself. Then this clip also started making the rounds. Camelcast tweets this edit out with the caption, I edited this together from The Quartering IRL stream. His goal was to actually stalk women. At one point, he follows a woman with children whilst making marks. She looks back in fear several times.
Yeah, this is the one that I've seen.
For several minutes. What the f? Share this.
If I did see a girl in a chainmail bikini, you know, we would have got her on camera. Here's a MILF. And we got, oh boy, we got a thick girl right there, boys. Rawr. Oh, here's another one.
My fucking god, that's creepy. What the fuck? I'm sorry, but like, hearing him say that gives me ick. It gives me hard ick. Like, really, really hard ick. And I'm a dude. Like if somebody's going around a convention and they're just looking at all the women going, ah, okay, nope. Nope. Axo says, forget covering my drink. My drink is landing on him. Yeah, no, that's not normal behavior. That is how the fuck do you have a wife behavior?
This is in Bristol, Wisconsin. Ooh, her cup overflows. She's a little bit old, but she overflows. Adam Ray Sorsey. The super chats will blot out the sun. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. MILF, yeah. She's keeping it tight. You know she DTF, she got kids.
What the fuck? How does anybody listen to this and think this is normal? What kind of lonely ass behavior says these things?
Yeah, boy. Here you go. Wow.
My sister from 19...
Excuse me.
Every single time I hear him make those mouth noises, I just kind of want to shoot my head with a 9mm.
Officer. I know it looks bad, but somebody paid me $20 to do it.
And Camelcast follows up his post saying, he even had an excuse ready for police that might approach him for stalking. He is drunk and out of his mind too. This is unbelievable. Shamu replies, quartering is a pervert. Legit can't help himself, even in public. William Axshow says, what the hell? And Ukai the Great says, mind telling everyone what Jer said at the end there, buddy? Or are we going to leave out the fact that he said, I know it looks bad?
This is the fucking quote that I saw! Where the person was trying to defend Jeremy because he was getting $20! Oh my god!
Bad, but somebody gave me $20 to do it. You're going to let everyone know this, right? Right? And Camelcast says, wait, you think accepting super chats to stalk children and women is totally cool? Bro, what? And Andokai says, I'm not saying that, but it is a convenient thing to not mention. Also, stalking requires someone to kind of do that in secret for the most part. This was anything but subtle.
No, it doesn't. No, stalking does not have to be in secret. Who the fuck thinks that? Who the fuck thinks that? I can't think of anybody that really thinks that stalking can only ever be secret. What?
Y'all drama whores need to understand 2017 was 9 years ago, and internet blood sports is outdated. And Kai says, officer, I wasn't stalking, someone asked me to do it. You're a monumental clown. And Andokai says, walking in public equals stalking. MAGA Crack a Mike replies to the clip by saying, these comments in here fake pearl clutching about this video of a dude recording himself walking around a fair commenting on random women's attractiveness are hilarious.
Jesus Christ. That's as much of that as I can handle. Holy fucking shit. Okay, so, like, we've covered quartering for years. We've known he's a loser. We've known he's the kind of person who cannot be taken seriously, and he's the kind of person who will raise the alarm about everything, but he is now getting it from both ends. Gay. He's getting it. He is getting spit roasted by the right and the left. That's what's happening. He is getting spit roasted by both the right and the left, and completely deservedly so. The people on the right are recognizing that he is a abusive loser, and the people on the left, we've been calling him out for years. Thank you guys for finally noticing. He's a piece of shit. I'm so happy that all of you finally figured it out. Wow. We have been talking about it for literal years. But no, when he's talking about trans people being stupid, that's perfectly reasonable. That's perfectly normal behavior to focus on that all the time for certain critical individuals. But for you, particularly, to be on the right and to excuse all of his fucking weird-ass behavior up until the point where this silliness happens, like, come on. Come on. That video from him at the Ren Fair, that's from years ago. He did that years ago. That's not new behavior. That's old behavior. That's old behavior that's been excused for so long. God, he's such a weirdo. He's such a loser weirdo. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.